Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are all safe at home. This is Karthikeyan, social teacher from Bharata Star Matriculation Higher Secondary School, Arakonam. Today we are going to see an interesting topic in civics 10th standard. The topic is our constitution. Our constitution, what is mean by constitution? The rules and regulation which was framed for our country, and the father of our constitution was Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. The drafting committee which was headed by the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. What is the necessary of the constitution? Why we need a constitution? These are the things we are going to discuss in the topic in this class. First of all, the introduction. The constitution is considered as the vehicle of the national progress. It acts as the vehicle. I hope you know what is the vehicle means. We used to know that two-wheeler, four-wheeler. Usually we move from one place to another using this vehicle. Likewise, to develop our nation from one place to another or one stage to another stage, we need a constitution. That's why we call constitution as the vehicle of the nation's progress to development. To development of a nation. Next one, and also the distribution of the powers between the various organs of the government, between the union and the states. I hope you know we have many states and all the states are connected with the one central government. The central government, the work of the central government is to distribute the power to the various states, and that is what the work was done by the central government on the basis of the constitution. And that's what I mentioned earlier before. Our constitution is the rule book of our country. And next, the concept, the constitution. This constitution concept was first introduced in the place USA, United States of America, and later we adapted from many countries. And the need for the constitution. Why we need a constitution? Here all democratic country must need a constitution. That is the rule. All democratic countries must have a constitution. Likewise, our country is the largest democratic nation in the world, so we must have a constitution. And the constitution tells what it actually means to be. It tells about the fundamental nature of our society. Yes, the basic of the country, the basic building of the country. This is the planning for our country, and that's why we call this is very important for a democratic nation. Constitution is very important. Next one, making of Indian Constitution. Okay, Constitution was made, and what are the things behind the making of the Constitution? Who made the Constitution? And what was the purpose of Constitution? These are the things we are going to see in the slide. First one, making of the Constitution. The Constitution was made, the cabinet mission. The cabinet mission was organized in the year 1946 during the period of British, and the assembly consists of totally 389 members. The total assembly was consist of 389 members, and the first meeting was on December 9, 1946. And Dr. Sachidananda Sinha, the person, Dr. Sachidananda Sinha, he was elected as the first temporary president of the cabinet mission, and he was the oldest member of the mission. Hence he was selected as the temporary president. That is what important thing. And then later the assembly meet for 11 sessions along with 166 days of meetings, and 2473 amendments were made. Amendments means the changes in the rules and regulation. So totally 11 sessions, 11 meetings, and 166 days of meetings were conducted, and totally 2473 amendments were made. And the draft of constitution, which means the drafting committee, under the chairmanship of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Yes, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the head of the head of the constitution. He was the responsible. Under the leadership of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, there was a group was formed to make the constitution. This is the group of drafting committee. Yes, our constitution consists of a preamble. As I mentioned, the first page, or used to say that the index of the constitution, the first page of the constitution was called as preamble. It consists of the words given in the preamble are, the people of India having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, socio-economic and political liberty to thoughts, expression, belief, faith and worship. Likewise, the first page or the preamble which mentioned what we have to develop in the mind of the people. For example, fraternity, equality. So these are the things mentioned in the first page itself of the constitution, and then it was finally adopted on November 26, 1949, and finally it came into force on 26th January 1950, and hence we celebrate that particular day as the Republic Day every single year. The next one, salient feature, the importance of the constitution was, this is the lengthiest, one of the lengthiest of written constitution. Yes, it was actually written by the hand copy, and the another feature was, it was borrowed most of its provision from the constitution of various countries. B.R. Ambedkar, who go through nearly 60 countries constitution, and he take away many of the constitution which is suitable for our country. Likewise, our constitution was made, and hence it is called as lengthiest of all the written constitution. And next one, it is partly rigid and partly flexible. That kind of constitution we have. And next one, it is established the parliamentary system. Yes, our parliamentary system, it consists of bicameral. Bicameral, which means two houses system. I hope you know that our parliament system consists of lower house, upper house. The lower house is called as Lok Sabha and upper house is called as Rajya Sabha, and it makes India as a secular state. Yes, in our constitution they mentioned India is a secular state, freedom of religion. Which means our country which not adopt any religion. In India, every citizen have a freedom to follow any kind of religion. That is called as secular state. Yes, as I mentioned earlier before, our constitution is a written constitution. See, the person who written by hand copy, the name of the person was Prem Behari Narain Raizada. He was a calligrapher, different kind of handwriting calligrapher of the Indian constitution, which was totally written by his own hand, and it is the lengthiest constitution. The total length of the constitution was written by himself by his own handwriting, namely italic style. See, this is the picture of italic style, slantly written, which was written by the person. Right, okay. Italic style means the italic style means right slant wise, that is called as italic style. The total constitution was written by his own hand by using the italic style. The person was Prem Behari Narain Raizada. This was one of the important feature of our constitution. The another salient feature of our constitution was fundamental rights. What are the fundamental rights which was given by the constitution to the citizens of our country? First of all, right to equality. Right to equality means in front of the law, in front of the constitution, there is no discrimination. Everyone is equal in front of the constitution. And next one, right to freedom to live your life, and you can choose your profession, and you can choose the living place. That kind of freedom we have. And next one, right against exploitation. Exploitation means most of the people who are working, particularly in the working class people, they were exploited by the people of capitalist. We have a right against this kind of exploitation, which was given in the constitution. And right to religion, as I mentioned, in India we have many kind of religions we are following, and we have complete freedom to follow any kind of religion or worship or any kind of religions we can follow. And here, culture and educational rights. Another thing is culture. India is very familiar for our culture. We have a very ancient method of culture, and it was very familiar among the world. We have to protect the culture against some other cultures. So the educational right in India, each and everyone have the rights to educate their children, to study. And next one, right to constitutional remedies. Yes, the constitutional remedies means what we have written in the constitution, we can make a changes according to the present situation. Make a changes in constitution. Next one, fundamental duties. Some of the rights was given by our constitution to the citizens. Likewise, the citizens have some duties to do to the country. What are the duties? Simple, very simple. Respect the national flag and national anthem, and to follow the noble ideas which inspire the national struggle for freedom. We have to think about what are the sacrifices done by the national freedom fighters like Veerapandya Kattabomman, Vavasi. Likewise, many people who sacrificed their life for the freedom fight. We have to think about those sacrifices and to protect the sovereignty, unity and integrity of India. India was different in languages, different in culture, different in colors and creeds, but we have to stand as a unity as a Indians. That was the important duty we have to maintain. And next one, to defend the country and render national service when called upon to do so. We have to protect our sovereignty. We have to make a unity among the nation, and it's everyone's duty to protect our country, to do our service. Fundamental duties: to promote harmony and spirit of common brotherhood. In India, we used to say the pledge, India is our country, all brothers and sisters. Why we mention those words means we have to create or we have to develop the brotherhood among the people of India, to preserve the rich heritage and our composed culture. As I mentioned, India is very familiar for our culture. Very long ago, even since in the Indus Valley civilization, we have a different kind of culture. This kind of culture we need to protect by the Indians and the youngsters of our country, and to protect and improve the nature environment. Yes, very important thing nowadays. We have to improve or protect the natural environment, particularly forest, lakes, rivers and wildlife, and we have to give the natural environment to the next generation. That's what we have to do. That is the very important duty of ours. And to develop scientific temper, particularly humanism and spirit of inquiry. Spirit of inquiry means we have to use our knowledge in the broad way, and particularly humanism. We have to develop the humanism among the mind of the children. That's what we important duties of our constitution and reforms. Thank you.